First off, I'd like to say welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing a showcase of the current status of the airport. Well, more or less it's another one of those weekly updating videos where I show off what's going on with what I'm working on. My current project, for those of you guys who may know who watched the Japanese subway train video, that is playing into the airport in which I'm currently working on, which was the old OIO airport, which me and Chris never really got anywhere with. So I've gone ahead and revived the project, as you may know. So from this point on, this is going to act as video update 1, or day 1, as you may know it. But as you can see here, we are not at the airport. We are over in the Helix Copter's build yard. And for those of you guys who do not know who Helix Copter is, he is one of our newer members. He joined, I think, about a month ago. Passed his trainee test with flying colors, making that ship over there. Which is an amazing sailing ship, but we're not really too concerned about sailing ships today. Today we are going to be showing airplanes, and lots of them. And there are people running around. I think that's TJ, and that's Blue Thin as well, or Blue Than, I don't know. So I'm going to be showing you off the airplanes that he has made, and then I'm going to be going ahead and showing you guys the ones that I have worked on, and the airport itself. So first off, this is one that I repainted, but once again it is his aircraft. This is Helix Copter's MD-80 or MD-88 for the Delta one, for those of you guys who may know the classification system for the aircrafts, because Delta was the one with the 88 models. And then here is, I think this one's Star Alliance for, yep, which could either be SAS, I think American's part of One World. I think mostly SAS is the only one with the MD-80s and Star Alliance. But so here's the Star Alliance livery with the interior. Interiors are all the same on every one of them, or every one of the MD-80s, just because that's how they are in real life. And then over here are these green ones are the ones that he likes to go ahead and build a kind of a mock-up one, almost like a test plane kind of thing, almost like how the real airlines do. And then back here is a really cool one, which turned out absolutely amazing, and now has inspired me to want to make the Convair 780, I believe. These are DC-8s. I believe they are the 12 series. I think they're one of the first series. I know that for a fact, because he based them off of the Delta aircraft. And I'm not sure if there's actually room for a cargo hold, but I think there might be. Yeah, it looks like there is, just from an outside glance. There's enough room for one high block cargo hold, which is very rare to see on a 1-to-1 aircraft. Might I add, these are all in 1-to-1 scale. At first I didn't really know if they were or not until I saw him start building the A300, which me and him are going to work on together over there. But so here is the Delta DC-8, 3-man crew that these were operated with. They were operated on the airline level for quite some time, actually. I take that this is first class, second class, and then it has the old classic style 80s overhead bins. And well, they weren't really overhead bins. What they were is they were just little shelves. If you ever go on and train, especially in Europe or Asia, look up at the way that they do the overhead bins on the trains. That's how they used to be on the aircraft prior to, I want to say the 90s were when they switched them around to the bins that actually clip shut and everything. Only because there was a lot of issues where if they hit turbulence, stuff would fall. But yeah, so that is the DC-8's interior. I'll show you a little bit more of the exterior and show you the liveries in which are here. So here's the Delta one. Over here you got United Airlines and their classic livery. Over there you have SAS, or Scandinavian Air Systems, MD-80, and then back there I'll make our way to the L1011 in a second. But first I'll show you the one that I worked on with him. So he went ahead and made the DC-8s. I saw him, and I immediately, one of the first planes that I ever think of when I think of a DC-8, I always think of a DHL Airlines cargo one. So I went ahead and took it, did the conversions on which it would take to turn it from a DC-812 to a DC-882. And for those of you guys who are not aircraft enthusiasts or don't really know a whole lot about, I should say commercial airline enthusiasts as myself, or even don't know as well, the main difference is the length. If you ever look up DC-8 DHL, they are some of the longest looking aircraft, and they look way too long for their wings. And that was one of the project's plans, were to see how long they could actually make it and still have an effective aircraft, which, as you can see, turned out ridiculously long. So here's the interior. Not too much to it. 3-man crew. I don't know why that picture's there. It should go over here. There we go. And I think I have a picture in my hand. Close that door. Out here I made a cargo loader, which, yes, I know the what's the term I'm looking for? The load master, the person who's in charge of loading it onto the aircraft, does typically sit on here, but this one I wanted just to build it like that, and I was building it in class, and I couldn't really remember how they went about that. So I also borrowed one of Jack ZT's trucks. I believe it's the Scandinavia or Scandia or something like that. It's the one with S from Euro Truck Sim. I know that for a fact. And he went ahead and I borrowed that. I went ahead and put a trailer on it, put some cargo pallets on it, and then I went ahead and repainted the aircraft as well. So here you are, a DHL DC-8, which will be playing into the cargo sector of the airport, and which will be later added on, which I will worry about once the roof is on the main part. And here we have one of the coolest ones I've ever seen, an L1011 1-to-1 scale replica. And now a lot of people, you're going to take a quick look at this, think it's a DC-8. Or not a DC-8, DC-10. Now let me go ahead and clarify this for you. The difference between an L1011 and a DC-10 was mostly the engine and the body shape of the aircraft. The engine on an L1011, instead of sticking out the back, like just cutting right through the tail, the L1011 goes ahead and has the engine kind of wrapped down and around, and that was for better aerodynamic design. That and the L1011 wasn't plagued as much with problems as the DC-10 was, where the DC-10 there was probably, I think, 10 or 15 crashes. I know 6 of them at least were fatal. And the problem with the DC-10 was there were so many airlines using it. It was like the 727, that there was so many of them being made, so many airlines using them, that it was going to have problems. So I'll go ahead and show you. I went ahead and did the interior. He did the cockpit, of course, and he also did the exterior, so I just helped with the interior on this one. So here is the interior. Once again, a 3-man crew. Here is first class. I went ahead and did the older overhead click bins, because that's what they ended up putting on the L1011 before its retirement, when they painted it to the last Delta colors, which was the, I want to say the last one was the widget theme, but I don't know that to be sure. So here's first class, and then back this way we have economy, or really coach. And back here, all you have more stupid block. I'm gonna throw that over there. More chairs like this, and then you got an aft galley. We did not have enough room, unfortunately, to put the the below deck galley, which, like I said, those of you guys who do know your aircraft, the L1011 had a rear lower aft galley, which, similar to the 747, had another deck underneath, but it wasn't for passengers. It was just solely for the purpose of a crew rest area and a place to make food. So that's pretty much the L1011 in a nutshell for you. DC-8, MD-80, and now we will go ahead and continue this video in part 2, where we will be showing off what is new in the airport and what the plan of attack is for the airport. I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you guys check out Helix Copter's Planet Minecraft. I'll put a link in the description below. I have to ask him if he has a YouTube channel. If he does, I will go ahead and put a link as well in below once I get a chance to talk to him. And I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know his aircraft look absolutely fantastic, hence why I'm making the video. And yeah, other than that, guys, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.